Can I just say one thing? Podcast. Jess.
I'm Jess.
I'm Demi.
And
I'm Benny.
Yay!
He's back.
Here.
Finally.
Yes.
It's been
But like,
I don't know how many episodes since I haven't been on this.
but like, what good are you? Because have not done the reading.
Oh, no.
And
Have not watched Big Little Lies.
I thought about this today. I was like, I've been slacking hard.
I know.
Like, I put in solid effort in the beginning.
I'm same.
And it has just gone.
Feelings mutual.
It's gone down.
It's fine.
But I
We're like
I
the
still
only ones
listen
that
to every
listen.
single episode. I do not miss it. I mean, obviously, you guys know when I'm listening because I text you about what I just listened to.
True.
Last week was good.
I was at the gym laughing my ass off, literally, looking like a weirdo. And it's because Demi was like, I'm Jess. Demi. Like, that's how I thought you said it. Like, hi.
She didn't even say her name.
Oh, no,
That's
she's just like, Demi. Like, I imagine eyes being rolled the back of her
She
head.
did roll her
Yeah, I know, because I know
You
her.
don't know that.
Because I know her.
Yes,
So
you
I
did.
totally was like, that's totally what happened. She's just so...
Why? What? I don't remember.
So I announced the podcast in the beginning of it, and you were talking about something already, so you didn't hear me announce it.
Yeah.
And then we had to re-announce it later on, and then tell each other. But we were already 15 minutes into the
Yeah,
podcast.
it was a good
yeah.
minute into it already.
Yes. I remember now.
And then you talked about getting through the door. Demi really wanted me to delete all of that, and I was like, I can't.
No.
I can't delete this.
So I walk into the door. Hold on. No, never mind. So we walk into the door. I mean, okay.
So the
never
door
mind.
has the code. I'm at the door.
Putting in the code.
It's a code.
By the way,
Why?
when I was listening to that is a terrifying thing to experience.
Isn't that
I don't think you
wild?
really put that into context though. Like,
A bear.
it's a bear. Like that thing could have mauled
Post
you.
anything last week.
It's hitting me too. Well, just post the
I'll
bear.
post so many pictures tomorrow from last because we didn't post it. I was gonna
Yeah.
post the video of all the damage.
bear.
I haven't showed you, right?
No, I think I saw it on your Instagram story.
I
Did you?
didn't
Personal
post, or maybe
Your
Sam.
personal one.
No,
or Sam did.
Oh, you sent me
I
one.
think Sam did.
Or did you send it to both of us?
Sam posted it, and then also she posted a picture of her butt getting with the mark. Oh my
Uh-huh.
god.
I know.
Poor girl.
Wasn't that
Mhm.
wild?
Golf ball mark.
Jeez.
There it is.
Wow.
Cool,
That's a big
huh?
bear too.
I
It's
know.
big. It's a big
A
guy.
big boy.
Um.
Big playboy. Playful boy.
Okay.
Starting off X-rated already. Here we go.
It is X-rated. This chapter that we read was like
Yeah.
sexual.
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 So we can get
I'm
into.
so glad Benny's here to talk to you because I'm not.
You're gonna have to.
I'll
like
be
a
like
little.
the moderator.
I feel like Benny and I talk about sex so much
Oh
all
my
the
God.
time.
What was it, last Sunday?
last weekend or
So
something.
like, how is it hanging out all the time?
It's so great.
You were
Oh, good,
gone.
good. Okay.
Let's-
yeah.
You
to Tahoe.
have we are at
The bear was
Holy
breaking into your
Diver
house.
Bar in Sacramento hanging out while you're
What's
by the
that?
beach and the ocean and the
Diver.
lake
Mhm.
and hanging out with celebrities
Wait, did we
and
go to Holy
bears.
Diver? Yeah, we did. We
Yeah.
went to Holy
What
Diver.
is Holy Diver?
It's-
It used to be
Oh my god, I don't remember what it's called anymore.
So we got
Something
to the
blue.
bar.
Stardust.
So we
Oh,
got to
that
the bar.
sounds
We went
familiar.
into the bar. No.
We're
Yeah.
at the bar threshold.
Yeah, so we couldn't remember the name, and Benny and
Stardust.
Megan were talking about the name of it, and we found out it's Stardust.
It
Yeah,
used to be Stardust. Right by Alley Cats.
they have an upstairs
Yeah.
venue. They have 3 sides of the 4-sided building.
Yeah.
Well, because it could be attached to another one. It's like a standalone building, and 3 of
Okay.
the sides have artists, cool artwork and stuff from.
Okay.
I don't know if all of them are local, but it's just cool stuff. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we went in and had a drink there. We went a lot of places. Benny did the Bastille Day.
Did the Bastille Day.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for people that don't
Eli
know,
won.
yeah, he
2
won last year
years.
too.
He's,
Oh, he
he's
did?
good. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
quick.
So it's you have to carry a tray
Mhm.
with 2 wine glasses filled with San Pellegrino, and then also a San Pellegrino
Bottle.
Yeah.
bottle, and you have
Yeah.
to go around the block.
Is that so hard?
It's not hard. What the thing that the hardest part about it that people don't understand, it's kind of like your forearm and your
Yeah.
hand burn because it's
Mhm.
like holding a plank. Like you're holding a 7-pound
Yeah.
thing on your
Mhm.
fingertips
Entire block.
for. I mean,
2 blocks.
it was.
I mean, you go around
it
twice.
takes. I timed
Wow.
myself like I was practicing earlier. I would do it in 7 minutes, but that one was a lot bigger because it's a street, and it probably was a good 10 minutes holding that thing, plus the amount that we had to hold while they were doing the national anthem and
oh my god! And
talking.
you can't switch hands.
No,
no.
Mine was so bad. My thing was falling, and of course it's like. Everyone, like, my little fan section is at Zocalo's, like, yeah, and it's lean, because, like, for some reason, all mine, I had an uneven tray, they all kind of started slipping to the right.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, I'm not even moving, why are they all on the right? So, like, at the end, I'm trying to, like, hold it, and it was just all bad, and then, of course, one glass spills right after I, like, leave them, and they saw, and I, like, knew, I'm like, oh my god! Out of all the places in 2 blocks, out of all the places, out of all the places, it falls right in front of my little cheering section.
Yeah.
Of course it would.
I mean,
I don't know why I just didn't drop.
Shit,
yeah, I should have though. I should have made it more dramatic.
Yeah.
You know me. I would have. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Just, had some
with
blackberry
your fan base.
margaritas. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Aloe margaritas.
Aloe margaritas. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was an eventful day.
Yeah, we went to Big Stump, had some beers there. We just kind of like mini bar hopped, and then we ended the night at your place.
Then went to my place.
Yeah, picked up deep dish.
Sci-Fi had a late night happy hour, so we both got a drink for like $8 total. It was amazing.
I want to go to there.
Same.
Right.
I'm not drinking. Damn it.
Oh, you're so dumb. No, I don't
I'm
mean
also
it.
on an antibiotic right now.
Fine.
Boo.
Can we just talk about? Well, I think the people need to know about your new August work schedule and how awesome that. I'm like really pumped for you and jealous.
I am so excited. So my new work schedule is Monday through it's like a 2-week schedule, right? Like that's how you describe it.
Bi-weekly.
So Monday through Thursday I work 9 hours, and then Friday I have an 8-hour shift, and then the next week Monday through Thursday 9 hours. I have Friday off.
Friday off.
Every other Friday
we have
off.
2 3-day weekends per month.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could potentially like say I want to go visit my mom. Leave
exactly.
Thursday night.
That's like one of the main reasons why I did it.
Yeah.
Was so that I could do that. And how nice is it that every Friday I'm still getting off an hour earlier than I normally would.
Like the cool thing is like if you guys didn't have like Tatum one week and you and Brett wanted to go out of town, like you could leave a day early and he could just meet you right after.
It's ridiculous. Working, I might have to cut this out. I don't know, like it's not a secret, but like I have so much vacation time. I already have 2 weeks off, just vacation.
Nice, already?
And then PT time, right? Or
well, that's just vacation, and then sick time. I have another like 68 hours because I've used some.
Wow.
And then every year with the state, you get 2 days. It's called PDD, Professional Development Days, and you just get 2 days off a year that you have to use within the fiscal year.
Yeah.
And then every year you get 1 personal holiday to use however you want, and you can rack those up. You don't have to use them.
Yeah, just the ones within the fiscal year. Just those 2 days.
2 days within the fiscal year.
But every other day, all the other days you can rack. You just keep accumulating. Oh my gosh, that's awesome! I can't believe you already have 2 weeks off.
Because I've been there a year.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
that
crazy.
sense.
I know. I get 7 hours vacation a month and 8 hours sick a month.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so since I've worked for the state, I've never used a vacation day.
Nice. Because you just use sick days when you need it to, right? Yeah.
Are you, what are you guys doing for your honeymoon? Are you doing honeymoon?
Oh, well, I wanted to go to Bali, and I've been pushing hard for Bali and just, like, Asia in general. And Brett's like, I want to go to Italy. He just told me this last week. And I was like, but we can always go to Italy. Like, Bali, and we could always go to Bali, too, but it's, like, it's
a relaxing, chill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Yeah.
I've never done a tropical set. I've never been anywhere tropical. I've never been to Hawaii.
Yeah, same.
You haven't either?
You've never been to Hawaii?
Good.
Wow.
Thank you, because I'm sick of people being like, yeah, you have to go. It's like, yeah, I know.
get it.
But you're right though. Like, Italy is like you could kind of you could do it whenever in life, and it won't be like Bali. You probably will never like say like I want to go to Bali. Like that's a honeymoon thing for sure.
That's what I'm saying. It's
and
so
just
unique
chill
and different
and get all inclusive and get catered.
Dude, listen to this spa that I found in Ubud, Bali. This spa comes to your bungalow, picks you up, takes you to the spa. You start off with like an hour and a half long Ayurvedic oil, like an oil drip massage where they drip oil on your third eye and let hot oil like run through your hair, and then you get a facial, and then they provide lunch for you, and then you get a 2-hour massage
2 hours
and an hour and a half long like hair conditioning treatment. Guess how much an entire day at the spa is with lunch included and pickup and drop off. One person.
When I did that, I did that at Arden Hills Country, like the resort thing.
An entire day?
An entire day, and it cost me $400.
Okay.
Per person.
What's your guess?
120.
It cost $95.
Whoa.
95.
Okay. I would get that every week.
Every day. Every day of my life. You are my inspiration, Jess.
Thanks.
You are my inspiration. Because
I know.
You've been.
Not to Bali, but
yeah.
That's the one thing I regret with my trip to Thailand is that I didn't get a massage every single day.
Because didn't you say they were like $12?
No, cheaper.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the beach after tip.
$12 is like a shitty
was
McDonald's
$9
meal right there. Like, why would you not get a massage every day?
On the beach with the waves lapping and the woman
An
just
hour
totally
long.
straddling you, though. But it was like the most amazing massage. Massage. It was the best.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean $95. I mean even with gratuity, is not expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like once you tack on another $20,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
amazing.
Awesome. Yeah.
We should push Brett into doing that.
I don't know why he's
It's Brett.
He doesn't
First
like
off,
flying.
it's Brett.
No.
That's
flying,
good.
but he has to fly to Italy.
I know.
I am in September. I don't like flying, and I'm not looking forward to that part. But
Yeah.
in September, my mom and Jason, my stepdad, he's they're getting married in Aruba. So I'm going to Aruba.
Hell yeah,
and I haven't had like a vacation in like 2 years. Like a
vacation.
I've been everywhere.
How
Like
long?
weddings are like I think.
How many weddings have you gone to in the last
You've
5
gone-
years?
you know-
Just in the last 2 years, these last years, I went to 7 last year. I've been to
Oh my god.
I've never
I thought
been
I had
to
about-
in my life.
I've been to 2, 3. This will be 4 this year. After my mom's will be 4. So 11 in 2 years.
I thought 4 was bad in 1 year.
I think I've been to 4 weddings in my life.
Oh my god.
I never go to
Yeah.
weddings.
Yeah.
Like
Never.
I'm really really happy that next year is just yours. Like
So far.
well,
So
if
far,
I get the
yeah.
invite,
We'll
Oh.
see.
if I make the list.
We'll
Watch
see.
Big Little Lies and maybe you'll get a
Yeah,
better
maybe I'll
chance.
get back on that list.
Should we
Um,
get
It's
into
funny
this?
because I'm always the one saying like, did you guys watch? Did you
I
see?
Exactly.
And I'm the one that's failing.
like when we need you the most.
I know.
Hold on, I have to. Surprise with a sidebar.
Sidebar pause.
Okay.
So we're still reading The Sun and Her Flowers
Surely.
by Rupi Kaur.
Mm-hmm.
Benny is here to also give us insight since he didn't watch
It
Big
was
Little Lies.
It was
Yeah.
short, and I only noted like 4, and we can have Benny
Ooh.
comment
I noted a few, but like
on her
I don't-
sexual partners.
That's right up my alley.
Benny has a lot to say
Yes.
about sexual
About the
partners.
sex.
No, I don't.
About the sex.
Abstinence free since '93.
Whoa, ew, what?
Ew.
No, I'm joking.
Okay, we're gonna
I know,
delete
because you were
that.
only 4.
You're,
I
like
know.
advocating for what?
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
We're just making jokes.
Okay, where do you start?
Page 157.
Okay, I beat you. I'm on 156. Am I reading the whole thing?
If
Might
you
as
want
well.
to.
Who cares? You must remember it too, how the rest of the city slept while we sat awakened for the first time. We hadn't touched yet, but we managed to travel in and out of each other with our words, our limbs dizzying with enough electricity to form half a sun. We drank nothing that night, but I was intoxicated. I went home and thought, are we soulmates?
What do you have to say about this?
Been
You and
there.
Brett.
Yes. Yeah.
I
This is-
literally, yeah.
I feel like.
I know, yeah. Every time I...
And moving on. No.
Every time I think about this...
You guys gave so much insight on that right there.
That's literally her. I have one that's me and Shiloh, and it's long distance, which is so great.
So you.
Every time I think about you and Brett, I think about somebody's birthday at the mix.
Oh.
And that's like when you're like, ew.
But
When you like each other.
this makes me think of that night when it was, oh my god, of course, so cliche. It was pouring rain.
Yeah.
What?
No, you're at Pangea.
Yes.
Or Pangea or whatever.
Pangea. I was like deathly ill. And Brett was like, hey, I just got off work early. Want to grab a drink? And I'm like, I'm not sick anymore. And I like pumped myself full of Dayquil and I was like, I'm going. My mom was even in town taking care of me, but she was staying at my brother's house because she didn't want to get sick. And she's like, okay, I'm just going to go and do your laundry and I'll check in on you
I
tomorrow.
didn't know that
okay,
detail. Thanks so much,
I'm
Mom.
just going to go to bed right now, I think. I'm going to the bar. And we were there till close and it was the best. That's my moment.
Yay. Okay, I'll go on to the next.
Yes.
So mine's 157. I feel apprehensive because falling into you means falling out of him, and I had not prepared for that forward. And all I said was like, it's scary letting go, and it's kind of interesting to see that. I think people have a hard time, of course,
Like
letting go.
moving on.
Yeah, moving on for sure.
But when you get to see something new to move forward to and see that bigger, better next thing,
right,
it's super encouraging.
yeah,
Benny,
absolutely.
thoughts on moving on?
I'm probably the worst person because I'm so cutthroat. Like, I just, boom. Like, when it's done, it's done.
Bye, bitch.
Benny loves poetry.
Go through photos. All of them are deleted.
No way.
Really?
Yeah, just...
I don't delete photos. I'm like, oh,
Never.
they're memories.
Never.
You know, I don't have that many of my ex, but I have like a couple of them.
Maybe a couple, but
Yeah.
like for the most part, it's like,
You're
I mean,
like,
if you're in
I
a
look really
relationship,
good
your
in this
camera
one.
roll is pretty much filled with you and your significant other.
Sure.
So it's like you got to delete some of them.
Oh,
It
sure.
can't be filled.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't just
God
keep
forbid
it.
you come home from the bar and you're like, oh God.
Yeah. Should I text
Should I
them?
text her? Oh,
And
nope.
you're like, yes.
No.
I don't see
Wow.
you doing that though, texting somebody after.
No, I mean, like for me, it's like I've never gotten back with an ex. I've never had a
for you.
repeat. It's kind of one of those that I will fight for it as
Mhm.
hard and as long as I can until I know
It's done.
it's done.
Wow.
And nothing is gonna, like, you growing years down the road, and I that won't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why you needed space in your life from me
Right.
to make me better, us better.
Right,
like,
right,
no,
right.
it's just not meant to be. And also the fact that there's like 4 billion people on this earth. Like, I can find 7. I mean,
7.5,
like,
yeah.
come on. I don't need to be stuck with
Yeah.
hoping for someone to work out. Like, it either does or it doesn't. But you have to commit everything. You got to try your hardest.
Yep. I absolutely agree with that. I haven't practiced that, but I
No,
absolutely agree with that.
I am like, let's get back together 6 times and see what happens.
You know, maybe it's
Spoiler
different.
alert, doesn't happen.
Doesn't work
Yeah.
out.
It doesn't work.
You and Brett never broke up, and
Mm-mm.
yeah, see?
No,
Yeah.
but all previous boyfriends.
Which
all
is
broke
why
up,
they
got
don't
back
have the
together,
ring on it.
Broke up,
So.
got back together. Broke up, got back together.
Broke up, got back together.
Yes.
I did say something on the next page, and it would basically, I think it was about
Which one?
158. I don't know. I don't care.
Not that one.
It was just about. I guess it's okay. How do I welcome in kindness when I have only practiced spreading my legs for the terrifying? What am I to do with if my idea of love is violence, but you are sweet? If your concept of passion is eye contact, but mine is rage, how can I call this intimacy? If I crave sharp edges, but your edges aren't even edges, they are soft landings, how do I teach myself to accept a healthy love if all I've ever known is pain? So I was just kind of sad.
Yeah.
That's a
sounds
good
like
one,
she's-
though.
It sounds like she's been in very abusive. I mean,
Well, she's pretty much saying, like, I give it up to douchebags, but I don't allow sweet guys. I don't want to like sweet guys, but I
yeah.
need to learn how to.
It's like that's more terrifying because that
that's what she's
is-
used to.
well, that's your opportunity. Well, I don't let in sweet people. I don't let in good people because then I have to actually be myself,
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of putting up a defensive wall and
Right.
and shield it with like screaming and fighting and
I feel like that's a big problem in today's society right now is that, like,
being vulnerable.
being vulnerable,
Mhm.
people don't want to
But
do
it's funny
anymore.
because everybody advocates for it. Be yourself, be real, be authentic, be this, be that. But I feel like that too because especially on social media,
Oh, yeah.
everybody's a troll.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yep.
just saying
Yep.
shit to get
Yep.
a rise out of you. And that's not being true. That's not being authentic unless is
That's
who
who
you
they
are,
are,
yeah.
in real life.
Mhm.
And that's how you interact with people. And it's like, Jesus, what a waste of a life. Like, you're closing yourself off from so many people and from so many conversations.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting to hear your guys' take on that.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of took it a little bit differently.
How did you
not
take it?
not necessarily like, and it was just, it sounded like she obviously did want to let this person in, but she's having a hard time because it just seems like she's just been abused in a sense. I mean, like, on some level, I guess we're kind of all on the same page, but it just seemed like, for me, it just so happens that she just has had bad, really, abusive.
She's pretty scarred.
Yeah, scarred.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I didn't put a note, but I just saw it as I was turning the page. On 160, never feel guilty for starting again. Yeah. And that's such a real feeling. I remember feeling that after breakups. It's not like we broke up. It's okay for me to move on. It's okay for me to experience things without you and remember who I am and start new.
And like, what are you supposed to do in that situation? Like, you have no other option than to start again. Benny.
No, I mean, you guys hit it on that. I mean,
and then he's like, I'll let you guys talk.
the cool thing about starting over is that it's fresh. There's no baggage.
Yep.
I mean, it's done. It's a new beginning. And
totally.
Yeah. Start over as many times as you need to.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yes. Yeah, Benny. As many times as you need.
Yes.
I got 164. That's my next.
Go. Oh, no.
No. I'm just taking a breath. I am trying to not make you pay for their mistakes. I am trying to teach myself you are not responsible for the wound. How can I punish you for what you have not done? You wear my emotions like a decorated army vest. You are not cold or savage or hungry. You are medicinal. You are not them. And I feel like what I took away from this is when it's hard not to compare relationships, and not just like intimate relationships. Yeah. It's just, if you meet a new friend and they might have some type of
characteristics or something.
Yeah, and you're just like, ooh, this person like did me dirty. Do I kind of...
Yeah.
I see people doing this all the time. I mean, myself included, so I don't know.
Yeah. Especially like, I feel like that happens a lot with other people's friends. Like maybe like you have a friend that I've never met, but you've talked about her. It's like hard to like want me to, the first time I meet that person, we have like a judgment on them.
Oh, you mean like
a preconceived notion?
Yeah.
Sure.
And it's like, shit, I gotta give you a fair shot, but I know shit about you.
That's
like,
so hard. I hate that in relationships, and I learned that at such an early age in dating. Like, even with my first boyfriend, when I would like, we would be in a fight or something, and I would complain to like my friends or my mom, and they're like, you should break up with him, like he's an asshole, dump him, get him out. But then you're just in a fight.
Right.
You're going to fight with your boyfriend. You're going to fight with your girlfriend. And then you bring that person in after the fight's done, and all those people know is all the nasty stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I hate that.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning that.
Yeah.
I tell people this all the time, specifically with that, like if they want it. If let's say you and Brett were in a fight or something, and it's like, you always tell your friends the negative. No one ever wants to praise. Like, oh my God, my relationship. It's like,
hey, can I brag to you how wonderful my fiance
so
is?
I always say, like, I don't ever try and give people relationship advice. One, because of that right there is, you hear a lot of negative when you hear relationships, but at the same time, like, I don't know what it's like behind closed doors with just you two. Like, I've been in relationships where it's like, in public, it's like, they don't even look like they're together kind of thing. But when we're alone, it's like we thrive. Like, it's us, and it's like...
Intimate.
So you can't really ever, like... No. Friends can never give, like, that deep of advice. I mean, you give advice, but not... You should never be like, he's an asshole, he's a dick. It's like, well,
unless they ask.
You don't know
unless
him.
People ask, everybody who tells you stuff like that, when they're like, they're just unloading.
Yeah, it's like they want somebody to
hear
listen
them and see them and see how frustrated they are. Unless they're like, what do you think I should do?
Right.
I'm like, I'll listen to you, but I'm not going to tell you what I think.
Yeah, because ultimately we're all friends, and we want to protect our friends and make sure that they're okay.
So true.
It's easy to say, just break up with him, because that right there is a way of protecting that person from emotional abuse or whatever they're going through. Yeah, it's like, you don't need this. You're better than that.
Right.
So, yeah.
But at the same time, like, when my friends say stuff to me about like their partner or their friend, I try and remember that like I've said these things about my boyfriends and about people, but that doesn't mean you end it unless the person's like, I get punched in the face every time I walk through the door. Like you have to like back off a little bit and be like, what's the realistic option here?
Right.
That person's not going to be like, Demi said I should break up with you, so I'm done.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I think it definitely helps, like, for me, especially with you two, like, I know you two very well, and I also know your significant others very well as well. Like, those are my really good friends, too. So
I thought you were going to say significant others.
Significant others. But it's just one of those that, like, they never come to, problems about you guys. It's just one of those that they will mention something, and I understand what they're feeling because I know you guys, and then I also understand why you guys are feeling that way, and I relay it to them, like, well, this is probably why, because she's
so
this.
Nice.
So it's like, I would say that's probably the extent of my advice giving. It's more of an, I'm helping you realize that you are feeling this way, and I can see it, but also she's feeling this way because of this. And then it's like, oh, cool, yeah, you're right, you know? And I think those are, I think people should have, in a sense, friends kind of like that to, like,
balance.
Know each other. Because, I mean, a lot of times, like, if you have a girlfriend that probably doesn't know Brett as well, and you vent to her, and she's probably like, yeah, Brett.
He sounds like an asshole.
Yeah, like, I like him, but I really don't. You know, it's just, like, one-sided.
Yeah, and it sucks, too, because then, like, you have to hear, after, like, say I was bitching to you about Brett and you didn't know him so well, and then you hear your friend say, he sounds like such an asshole, you should break up with him. Well, now, what am I going to have a barbecue and have all my friends here knowing that my friend thinks that my boyfriend's an asshole?
Right.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Oh, we really lingered on that.
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty important, though, right?
I'm going to mention something right now while you're finding that. I thought about this the other day, too, and your shirt, Jess is wearing a Game of Thrones, I drink and I know things. I am still not over it, guys.
I'm not.
I want to start it over
That's
again.
why I wore it, too, because I was like, I feel like this is going to trigger a conversation about Game of Thrones and how I'm still...
I just don't know if I'll ever get over it.
No.
And, like, it kind of sucks even more now that, like, it's done and all the actors
And
are
they
doing...
can't fix it.
No, they can't fix it. And to see, like, interviews, I mean...
They're so proud of it.
Well, the creators are, but the actors are like...
Well, I know that Nikolai Castor-Waldo or whatever, I guess, I think it was him that said, like, he was really kind of bummed that everybody, you know, didn't really like the season because they worked so hard, which I believe that they worked hard.
We know that you worked. It's
not you.
Question if you worked hard.
Yeah.
We know that. We
it's
see
the
that.
writing. It's how they ended
nothing to do with the acting.
No, you guys are all amazing. Absolutely.
No, all the costumes were amazing. The setup, the backgrounds were amazing. Like, you know, the people that did hair and makeup was great. The acting
years before
but
were amazing.
The story, it's had nothing to do with the people that put in hours of their life. It's like just it was a story.
Even if it ended exactly the way it did, if they put all I asked is that they put more time into it. They needed more episodes to make it get to that ending, so that way I'm not pissed about it.
They should have waited another year.
Yeah.
They should have waited. I mean, I would have been cool if it waited 4 years. Like, and they just did it better. Well, also just the attention to detail. Like, someone brought it up too. Like King's Landing, when they're looking into it with the Golden Army and Daenerys and all, it's like in the first seasons, King's Landing is on this like mountain with beautiful trees on off of, like to the ocean.
And it looks like shit.
And it's like dirt. It looks like you're in the desert kind of thing. Like we're not in Karth here. Like what are you doing? and then you're supposed to have like 500,000 people, and all you could hire is 500,000 army, and you hired 1,000-man crew to be this massive arm. Like I don't know, throw CGI in it, make people up. It's just
like that for every other season we had to pay attention to the most minute details. Right. Did you see him when he moved his hand like that? Did you see him when he was holding?
Why did he leave the room?
Yeah.
And what?
And it's like, and you're gonna leave me like that? Like,
of
the things that I had to pay attention to make connections from season 2 to season 6, and then it turns out those things didn't even matter, like make any difference.
Right. It's so frustrating.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like we should write a poem about it.
I think I've blocked it out. I think I've just been like, I knew it was gonna suck, and because the show is too good. You can't end it and have everybody be like, that was so satisfying.
They could have, though, if they put the work into it.
Show finales are never satisfying.
I liked the first 2 episodes of the season. I was not mad about it. We both weren't mad about it. We liked
3. I think the first 3.
3, yeah, because we were even on here like, what do you mean? Like, it's great.
Until they left Winterfell, it went south.
Yes.
As soon as they left Winterfell, it's like, what What the fuck?
Like,
I didn't even care that they killed off the White Walkers. That did not
No,
bother me
I
at
loved
all.
it. That was the most gratifying.
Yeah.
Arya, are you
Because
coming in hot?
well, you knew that was gonna happen. You knew
Yeah.
it. Like, you had to. It's like, well, the ultimate battle is the one of the Seven Kingdoms with
Yeah.
Cersei. Like,
Yeah.
you knew they were gonna
but
win.
Cersei
like,
didn't. There was no battle.
no.
It wasn't.
I even kind of liked that she did that to an extent. I could have done a little bit, and then if it went, I don't know.
This was Game of Thrones corner.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We're not
Sorry,
over.
I told you, I'm not over it.
Not over it.
Okay, now we're back to Rupi.
Yeah.
What do you have anything before
No.
171?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I have 171. Okay. A man who cries, a gift. Yeah. Men with emotion.
Mhm.
Please, always.
Mhm.
It's okay to feel. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be exuberant. It's okay.
It's okay to be other
silly
things than
and, like,
mad and stoic. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Benny,
Yeah, I mean,
do you cry?
Yeah.
Does Big Little Lies make you cry?
No. Shows don't make me
What
cry.
about The Lion King? Did it make you cry?
No, because I knew it was coming.
Oh, that's true.
You
It's
know-
the
Was
same
it
story.
as good as?
I enjoyed it. The only knock I have on it, which I think a lot of people knocked on it for, was that when they were singing "Can You Feel the Love Tonight," it was in the day,
Oh, that's awkward.
and it was like, what? This
What?
why?
make
There's
sense.
supposed to be like
Tonight.
fireflies and
Can you
waterfall
feel
and
the
like
love
Tonight.
yeah.
Tonight.
To-
Today.
to-
It was
Can
it was in the
you
afternoon.
feel
It was
the love
This
today.
afternoon.
Midday.
Stupid.
Dusk.
yeah, but it was really good. I
Toy
liked
Story.
it.
Toy Story.
I cried in Toy Story.
Yeah. I've
You
heard.
saw
Toy Story 4.
I've heard a lot of people cry in Toy Story
The
4.
ending. It
Oh, I just got chills. I want to go.
it's like, so how I kind of put it together was that I saw Toy Story 1 when I was like 6,
Yeah.
7 years old, like
Is it
in
done,
theater.
done?
Yeah, it's done. It's done. And so the way that they ended it, like
I'm gonna go see it this weekend.
I'm not gonna
Or not.
spoil it, but they say goodbyes at the end,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
like-
very, it's like a chapter of your childhood is done.
Done.
Like
I don't
done.
think I've seen number 3.
I haven't seen number 3.
You should see 3. It's a good one. It kind of
Wait,
does.
did see
that
3.
one?
It's
The
like
one
they
with the
go
bear,
to the, they
the-
go to
the
the
kindergarten?
daycare.
I did.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since
that was a good one.
I haven't seen it since
All
it
those
came out.
movies are good.
I'm really into the Shrek movies.
I freaking love Shrek.
All the Shrek
always.
movies.
My brother and I watch Shrek every day after school for like a year.
Yeah, it's
Every
yes.
day.
Remember when it used to come in a big VHS case because it was a big
It's in
Shrek?
Tatum's room right now.
Oh my gosh, how funny!
Ah.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be bigger. Like the box is supposed to be like
Shrek.
ogre size.
Oh,
Anyway,
cute.
sorry.
Okay.
Benny cries. It's good. Yay.
Yes. My next note is on 173.
Mine's on 172.
Take it away.
It's checklist. Okay, so I don't know if I want to read the whole thing.
It's kinda long.
Yeah, somewhere to. I think it's just so she's kind of going off the checklist of maybe I'll just read a couple lines. If I'm going to share my life with a partner, it would be foolish not to ask myself 20 years from now, is this person going to be someone I will still laugh with? Or am I just distracted by their charm? Do I see us evolving into new people by the decade? I'm going to read the whole thing.
Yeah. That's fine.
Or does the growing ever come to a pause? I don't want to be distracted by the looks or the money. I want to know if they pull the best or the worst out of me. Deep at the core, are our values the same? In 30 years, will we still jump into bed like we're 20? Can I picture us in old age, conquering the world like we've got young blood running in our veins? Checklist.
Hell
I think
yeah.
that's really, 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 really important
Yeah.
to think about,
Mhm.
right? It's just...
it's really awesome to be caught up in the moment and be so in love.
Mhm.
But what's this person's potential and what do they do for you? What do they bring out
Right.
in you that
Yeah.
nobody else has ever?
Mm-hmm. Are you? Yeah, and I think about this all the time. Like, are you going to want to be around? Are they going to irritate you?
Yes.
Is Shiloh's chewing going to irritate me in 40 years?
Forever?
Maybe if I lose my hearing a little bit, it won't though.
I mean, I think it would be an unrealistic and immature expectation of you to say,
Gotta
like-
break up because I can't handle the chewing.
no, not that, but like, where was I going? Just like, oh, is he still going to be hot to me?
Oh God, yeah.
You know, no, I'm
Yeah,
not saying
I know,
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
do that, but it's just.
I mean, I do, but.
Yeah.
But, you know, like,
Yeah.
it's more than that.
Of course.
It's more than the looks.
It's
and
more
the money, and we
more
know
than
that,
superficial,
but
yeah.
to think about all those other things in 20 years and
Right,
30 years,
right.
that's
Mm-hmm.
a big question.
Yeah. I think I'm ready to move to Thailand now and spend the rest of my life there.
Let's go. Let's all.
Oh, okay.
How fun would it be if we all just moved?
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Thailand.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm down.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
What's your thing?
Mine is 173. What is it with you and sunflowers? He asks. I point to the field of yellow outside. Sunflowers worship the sun, I tell him. Only when it arrives do they rise. When the sun leaves, they bow their heads in mourning. That is what the sun does to those flowers. It is what you do to me, the sun and her flowers. And to me, that was just speaking, like when she says, it's what you do to me.
Mm-hmm.
People do not even realize the power that they have.
Absolutely.
And not even in relationships, like
emotionally,
sexual,
yeah.
Friendships.
Mm-hmm.
People do not realize the weight that their words carry.
Absolutely.
And it is so amazing when, like, I had a friend today tell me, like, repeat something that I said to them that I don't even remember saying, and it was very important to her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
it's uplifting.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
You don't even know what you're saying that, like, yeah.
That's good. No, that's very true. It's important to surround yourself with people that are going to be your son, in a sense. And even if there are a million of them, you know, at least surround yourself as much as you can with people that are uplifting. And obviously you can't avoid those situations such as like work people or whatever where they're draining a little bit. But, you know, have those people in your life where, or your dog or your cat. I have 174. Sometimes I stop myself from saying the words out loud as if leaving my mouth too often might wear them down. I love you. And I just want to say, that's the one thing I think Shiloh and I say to each other more than anything is I love you. And I'm just probably like, if people hear us, they're probably like, do they just fucking say it all the time?
Do they just
start dating? And it's truly like, honestly, we'll just be sitting there on the couch and we'll just say it. You know, and that's all the time. And Shiloh's really the only person in his family that says it to his family. Which is very interesting because it's like this, you know, big guy. But
the other night 2 weeks ago when we were watching Big Little Lies, and I was like getting frustrated with him because he was drunk, and I was like,
Shiloh?
Yeah, because he would not stop talking, and like I was like, dude, we're trying to watch it. Yeah.
Shiloh.
And then so he just like I was like sitting next to him, and I think we paused it or something, and he just kind of turns to me and he's like, I love you, brother.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, I'm not mad at you anymore. I love you too. Like, but it's so funny because Shiloh's like persona, like he comes across as like he will.
He probably will.
He's almost killed me twice. But yeah,
he'd kill for you.
You definitely. But it's definitely one of those that like it doesn't matter how many times you say that word. Like if the intent and the meaning is there, it should never get old, and it shouldn't matter what people think about it at all. You know, I think I think a lot of days now is a lot of people don't tell like friends that we love each other. You know, it's like I think we all know here that we all love each other and we all hang out and we always like talk, but it's kind of like, you know, I wish people would do it more because it doesn't have to mean what you think it means. Like it's just like I love you, I love your spirit, I love who you are, I love what you represent, and you know, it's just uplifting, and all it is 3 little words. You know what I mean?
I know. They are just 3 little words. Pack a big punch in a good way. You know, a lot of meaning.
Yes.
But why not tell people that you love them?
If it makes them feel better, I mean, for sure.
It makes you feel good saying it. Like, if you want them to know.
It's like a joke that I have by myself.
What?
When I talk to my dad.
What?
Because I talk to my dad, like several times a week.
Yeah.
And I end all of my phone conversations with almost everybody. I love you.
I love you.
I'm like, okay, talk to you later. Bye, I love you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And with my dad, he goes, yep, bye. And, like, it's like he doesn't know I'm about to say it when I've been saying it my entire life to him. And then other times he'll be like, I love you too. And I'm just like, Dad. He misses me.
Yeah.
He loves me.
Okay, so I have a question. And I think you guys have, I don't think you've ever said this, and neither of you say it. Maybe you do. When did the whole love you, mean it thing come into term? Is that like a movie that is
yeah,
or something?
It's like a movie. I listened to this podcast called And That's Why We Drink. It's these 2 girls, and it's a paranormal true crime podcast. And one of them does, like, Valley Girl impressions all the time.
Yeah.
And she always goes, what does she say? Like, love you. Yeah, she says love you, mean it. And then she also says, love your hair, hate your guts, or something like that. It's really funny. But yeah, she
I
says
don't know
love
where
you,
that
mean it.
came though.
I hear
It's been
that
around
more
for a
and
long
more
time.
now.
Reminds me
Yeah.
of Mean Girls, but it's not Mean Girls.
That's exactly. It must be around that same kind of
Yeah.
time though, the same era that Mean
Yeah.
Girls came out, because that's kind of when I remember it too.
Yeah.
Is that like 2003 or something like that?
No.
So we're gonna answer one question.
Okay. Do you have
Sounds-
the question?
I do.
Oh, wow,
I
look
just
at you.
found something. That's why I was
Alright.
looking at my phone. I wasn't trying to be a bitch about
Well, you're a little rude, so.
it. You like it. I already know my answer to this, but
Okay.
right now everything is good, but I have such a hard time trusting him when he's literally at home watching TV. I'm just so insecure and anxious
Break
now after everything, and I don't know what to do. Please help.
Go to therapy.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. That's exactly what I was gonna say. What do you have to say, Benny?
So she's insecure. She doesn't trust him even when he's watching TV.
Even when she knows he's just at home watching
Oh.
TV.
Yeah,
does she know
that's
that?
done. That's so toxic.
Oh.
That's so once
It's
trust
so
is gone.
Exhausting.
Once trust is gone, and you're at the point where you're not working on steps to get it back.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll never be there.
Yeah.
There's no point. There's
Right.
no point. You're gonna be in the most dysfunctional relationship forever.
Right.
If there's no trust, two biggest things: trust, communication. You have to have those.
Yes.
You know.
Ooh.
So if you even don't have one of them, there's no point.
Yeah,
I mean-
I absolutely agree.
Well, if you don't have one, you can't have the other. So.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. That's so true though. Like communication alone, if you're not willing to be honest and open all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Then trust falls because guess what? Now I'm contemplating what you're thinking and what you're doing, and now it's like,
overanalyzing.
oh great,
What
no,
is the
creating
point?
shit.
I don't
What
know.
is the freaking
don't know.
point?
Mm-mm.
I don't get that.
I don't think we're like that. I mean, I
No.
haven't known you to be like that either, Benny. You know, but it's just
I feel like sometimes I'm too honest.
I get like a little jealous sometimes. Like this happened last week where I was like, I'm not even gonna tell you, but I was just like jealous.
right.
And I was like, ew, this is a stupid feeling. And I was like, anyway, and I just moved on.
Yeah.
Like that's not me. That is not my relationship.
Mhm.
I trust Brett.
Mm-hmm.
Like until he proves me wrong, then I'll deal with it.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
no point.
I asked
Yeah.
Shiloh this week, and I was like, what famous people do you like, or like would want to
Oh,
have
yeah, I
sex with?
remember
Yeah.
And
Who
you know,
did he say?
He said Olivia Wilde.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's cute.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then I was like asking him like past ones from before. He just doesn't talk about that stuff, but like I want him. I don't want him to be
Yeah.
like, because I obviously
you can't.
see. Yeah, I see Chris Hemsworth, you know, and Zac Efron. And I'm like, ooh, baby, you know. So
Yeah. Everybody
That's-
is.
thank you.
Mhm.
I mean, they're good-looking men.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that was our question.
Mhm.
Good question.
We are going to read
Blooming.
Blooming as our last section, and then we're done with this book, and we have no idea what we're doing next.
Don't say that.
I mean, we have
We haven't revealed it yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a secret. That's what I meant.
I just bought this new book today, and I'm really, really interested to read it,
What
and
is
maybe
it?
you guys could do it next. It's called "Ego is the Enemy."
Ooh.
Yeah. I think it's, from what I read, it's just about like how your ego consumes or creates a lot of problems for yourself
Ooh.
because people are they don't know how to control their ego.
I can absolutely see that being
Yeah.
a thing.
So
For sure.
I'm getting it Wednesday. I will read it probably by Thursday. And I'll let you know. That's like the worst about books. I swear, I go into Barnes and Nobles because I love paperback hard.
Yeah,
I don't.
I do too.
I had a Kindle.
Oh.
I had a Kindle Fire because it was like $30 on Amazon because
Mhm.
they're always selling those damn things.
Yeah.
So I bought one, and
It's not the same.
no,
No.
it's like swipe and I need like paper. I like to.
I mean, look.
I like to
my
flip it
notes.
around. I like to.
My
I like to
notes.
abuse it and make it known that I'm totally one of these right here.
I can totally see that
Like,
in you, for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
And then I'm just just throw it anywhere, get it beat
I
up.
cherish my books.
There's that,
You're like Belle.
They're color coordinated.
they are. You do a good job color coordinating your books. I do. There's an Instagram about guys reading on trains in like New York.
I've seen that.
It's like super cool. It's like instead of them being on their phones, they're like, oh, guys reading books on trains. You know.
Yeah.
I have to.
That's
let me
one thing
open
I'm working really hard on is being off on my phone. I put a limit on Instagram so it pops up
Nice.
when
Oh,
you.
you can do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you set a limit. I think mine's like at an hour. So
What would I do?
Wow.
once
all
there's an
day,
hour,
though?
I'm like nope. So what I've been doing now lately is doing like really fast, like scene and then getting off. Like
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
exploring and going like forever. Well,
Yeah.
tonight probably with average fashion blogger, I'm probably gonna watch all
Yeah.
those. But
You have to.
yeah, I just want to be more like cognitive of the world and
I really like
conscious
that.
of it.
Shiloh and I forgot our phones when we went to have breakfast on Sunday morning.
You
And-
both did?
Yeah, we just both like let them in the room because it was like right there anyway, and it was nice.
It's so nice.
So nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
We're
when
both
you're in
horrible
Tahoe,
with
you
that.
shouldn't be on your phone. You have a
Yeah, totally.
freaking lake.
Well,
in
we
front
were
of you.
inside, like eating, like at the whatever. But it's just like we were having conversations and talking about random shit, you know. And even if it was for 30 minutes that we were there,
Yep.
you know. And we were talking. I was thinking about like leaving our phones when we actually went to the beach. But I'm like, I have to take pictures of Tahoe
Yeah.
though, so it's like it's impossible. We didn't get good reception though.
We
So
went to this restaurant in San Francisco last weekend, and a girl had a disposable camera, and I
I
was like,
love that. I love disposable
I
cameras.
want to do that.
That's so fetch.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
hey.
What?
Sutter Sport is doing
Mean Girls?
Uh-huh.
Shut it.
A movie
Oh, like a
screening.
projector and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
On the 17th of August.
That's amazing.
So we go.
So we're going.
Yeah. I already put it on my calendar.
Oh my god, I love that. Yes.
It's happening.
All right, friends.
Okay.
Well, signing off. No.
Are we?
Bye.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Bye.